Hello and welcome to episode 8 of this Manor Lords Farmer Fred Let's Play series. We've got this lovely little village deep in winter at the moment. In the last episode, we focused on building lots of orchards and hopefully focusing on a bit of our apple supply. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of orchards over here, very long, thin layout. These aren't ready to be picked yet. I think they've only been there for about a year or so. So we're not going to see a lot of apples coming in from these specifically. But we do have a good amount already. We've got this orchard. I also don't think that's ready yet. But I think we're going to have a lot coming in once all of these are past year 3. And I don't think we're going to really be struggling on the food side at all. So we do need one additional food type. But we've got berries here. We don't really have good supply of vegetables. We obviously do have these veggie plots all over here. And I'm not upgrading these just yet until we can resolve the food variation. So we have a little bit of meat, a bit of berries. Obviously, they're very seasonal. We have a good supply of bread because we're farming a lot in this series. And yeah, apples should be the nice fourth one. Well, actually, that will be 5 in total. So hopefully we can find a good combo and a good balance of those 5 to hit the overall requirement of 4. So let's get cracking instead of waffling on. Hopefully this winter doesn't take too long. How's our food chain looking? So we've got plenty of grain here that we can start turning into flour. We're not using this communal oven right now because I believe we have a bakery over here, which I think is churning out enough bread. Right now we have a pretty good supply. And of course, this is also a combat-free Let's Play series, so we won't be fighting the Baron. We just have this whole map to sort of explore for ourselves and expand, and hopefully we'll try and turn this into a big amount of farmland as well. I think keeping this over here for some nice woodland would be nice. And I hope we can expand into some livestock as well. I wonder if actually soon would be a good time to do that. We have a little bit of regional wealth. We've had someone move in as well. Yeah, maybe we get some fields down here. I think we should go for a livestock merchant first, though. Or livestock trading post. I don't think we built one yet. Maybe we built one down here, actually. There it is. What do we want? I think let's get a couple of sheep in here. Let's see if we can. Don't want to get too many. Let's just start with 5. I have someone on here. What are these guys not happy about? The fuel supply. Well, we have an absolute ton of firewood, so I was hoping they would be fine with that. Fuel. Maybe we need a bit more distribution on that. Where is our storehouse? There it is. Yeah, all of our firewood is in there. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another storehouse, which is maybe a little bit closer to all of these guys. Yeah, I think maybe just over here. I like that we've got a lot of these offset from the road. Make a nice curved road up to there. And we'll get that built. And I think what I'll do, I mean, I don't want to remove all of the firewood from there. But if we can get some over to this one as well and just have a little bit more of an even distribution between those two, I think that would be good. We've got our berries coming back as well. So we can get someone back on this forager hut. Let's have 2 people on there. But obviously, you need to keep an eye on that so we don't overdo it. We have a hunting camp over here, which I'm just going to leave as it is. And it's good that we had another family move into the bakery. So we've got 3 out of 4 there. And they're all going to be working on getting all of that bread produced. So we should have pretty nice output, I think. I think we've got a good distribution of things generally. These guys are all happy. What are we growing? We've got a good amount of barley coming in and some wheat. So we're definitely not going to struggle for food. I like that they've added this next harvest number when you hover over a crop. So even if I wasn't looking at that, it's good to know kind of how much or how long until the next harvest. So I think that's a nice little quality of life update that they've added. How are we doing on resources? Yeah, I think we're good. We're in a really nice spot. And I do want to get some walls and things around this manor and our church. So I think maybe we start building out some timber and planks. But we need to go into our planner. And if we have a look, these things are actually quite expensive. But I think let's go and get the garrison tower upgrade. We don't have to attach that to the building, I don't think. So maybe we just have that a little bit offset. Which way do we want that facing? Maybe let's just face that downwards, downhill. Let's get that upgraded. And a little tax office maybe. And have that over here. It's nice that you can sort of move these around as well. So if we commit to that, that's quite a lot of resources we're going to need. But we can definitely get those together. Might need to get another person on... What's our stone resources like? We don't actually have any right now. Might have to take another region with some stone. That one's looking promising. However, I really do want that shoal of fish. I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. We're at 98% approval at the moment, which I'm really pleased with, actually. I think maybe just a bit of the food variety was lacking in some places. Let's definitely get that upgraded. Absolutely. And these veggies are going to come online in the future as well. I think let's make this house upgrade the top priority first. And we could probably get rid of this communal oven, actually, if we're not going to use it anymore. Although I don't mind it stood there. Maybe just in case we want to pump up the output. How are we doing here? So we've got a lot of barley. Actually, probably should have someone on the malt house. Get 2 people on there. Need to turn all of that barley into malt. And then our brewer. Brewer? Where is the brewer? There it is. Then they can turn all of that into some nice ales for everyone to keep them happy. And probably not productive. How are we doing on the sheep front? Well, we absolutely need to build somewhere for these guys. So, what have we got? Let's build a nice pasture over here. Have it nice out in the fields as well. Let's build a nice big space. Actually, think I might want a road coming through here at some point. So let's build a nice curved road down here. We can probably squeeze in a house on the left-hand side as well. I think I'm always tempted to build these kind of like forks, but then you waste so much room in the middle here. But I like that, a little bit of a curve. And then we'll build a little pasture along that curve if we can. Yeah, I quite like that. And I think you probably want a sheep farm at some point. Hopefully, we can get those sheep transported across. And we might need to add some taxes in at some point to pay for this. Oh, we're at 100% approval right now, which is awesome. And I think... Oh, we definitely need to improve on the food side, though. We're only at 7 months right now. Got loads of fuel, so maybe I can take someone... Woodcutter's Lodge here. Let's take some guys off that. You know how we don't have a forester's hut over here. We do have one there. Maybe we just expand their sort of working area over there. Always good to replant these almost before you need them, really. And I think another forester's hut, maybe around the back of this. Just build a nice little... Oops. Yeah, let's build it. Just build it here. And... You want that at the end? Yeah, I guess maybe like that is good. And then, obviously, you know, we probably want a continuous amount of logs. So I'll keep someone on there. But we could shift them over here as well, and then just have basically cycle through different areas. This area at some point we're going to want to use for farming, so I think actually we can just move these guys over here, and we'll let them just demolish that place. And I think this road, can just remove that, and then add a little bit extra on there. Not the prettier, actually, let's remake that. I was going to just settle for it, but I think actually I just want to completely remake this road. There we go. And those supplies will get redistributed. I'm not too bothered about that. And let's get a couple of people on this storehouse. I'll have just one, I think. Want plenty of people available to be... So we had that as our highest priority, which is still ongoing. We've got unassigned oxen, so they should be helping with the builds. Maybe we'll have someone on the hitching post to help guide them. I mean, we can definitely upgrade that as well. We don't actually need these people on this right now, but we're not too far away from crop harvesting season. Let's even speed this up a little bit. See, our trees are starting to get a little bit more in bloom. Wow, these shadows are crazy. Let's see what everyone's up to. Have a little wander through our village. Leather. Fred, the very regal farmer here. We've got some, ooh, lots of crops. Lots of veggies there. I love this backwards run. And that is going to be phenomenal once we get that fully grown. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Oh. I guess no one wants to talk to me, huh? Hey, what are you guys talking about? You complaining about the carrots again? Jeez. I think until we have... Oh, we got... How do we get -8 meat? our meat consumption is really, or production, I guess, is really, really poor. Might even take it out of the equation because it just doesn't seem to be beneficial, really. We're not getting enough. But let's speed this up a little bit. It's nice that these Burgage level 3 plots also have stone walls compared to these level 2s, which just have the sort of a wicker fence, I think that is. Quite like that. Just another small thing to show that it's more of an upgrade. I will be interested to see if they implement something like a level 4 or level 5 housing. There's only so much of this, you know, tiering overhang, I guess you can have here. But it would be interesting. I think the level 1s as well could even be, I guess, less fancy. And then you upgrade them way more into level 2, 3, 4, 5. These already look pretty big, but I wonder if maybe a level 4 and 5 is more of like a massive place with a whole estate. It would be interesting to see what they do with it. We had our stable upgraded. It never hurts to have more ox, does it? How are we getting on with the castle build, guys? So looks like our tax office is fully complete. Yeah, that looks fully complete to me. How do you get in? There you go. We'll sneak peek inside. Oh, you can't get inside. But our tower is slowly being built. Just need a bit more timber. Actually, we relocated that camp, didn't we? Let's allocate someone to that. It's not really a big deal for us, I think, at the moment. And we don't have anyone on the saw pit, so we're not getting more planks, but I'm perfectly fine with that. And we have some sheep in our pasture, just this one lowly sheep. We had more, actually. We'll have to fill that up. I mean, that is absolutely massive. I was probably a little bit over ambitious with that. But maybe we just keep adding in some sheep, provided we can afford it. And what have we got for pastures? Yeah, maybe we could go sheep breeding. We've only got 2 more development points though, so I'm not sure where I want to go with those. But I think sheep breeding might be good actually if we want lots of livestock. Don't know if I'm going to go rye cultivation yet. I might go sheep breeding and fertilization. I think those would be quite interesting. It's a shame you don't get more, really. I'd love to sort of... I think if you get really, really late game, it would be great to spend more of these. And obviously we've got so many that aren't actually developed yet. So we will get more development points available at some point further down the development line. And these guys are lacking fuel. I would love if I could set priorities as well for these to make sure that firewood is something that does get distributed here as a priority. And I don't want to untick it from the large storehouse. These guys are doing a great job in the forester's hut. And the forager hut is keeping up with seasonal, which is great. So we should have a good amount of berries. And we're absolutely overwhelmed with bread, which is great. I think... Oh, this is almost done. Speed this up until that's finished. You only need a couple more bits of timber. You should have some available. There's one. There's the other. Get this guy upgraded. There we go. Nice. And let's have a fuel stockpile on that. And I think we do want a tithe because we do want some influence to be able to grab these extra territories. We need 1,000 for the first one. So I think let's, now that we have a good amount of bread available, these should be coming online soon. We've got veggie plots that we should benefit from. I think I'm going to set the Lumbridge tithe to a big 10%. So this will give us influence. So we're at 500 influence in the top right. Let's see where that takes us. And we're at 8. Well, we were at 9 months. We just tipped over. So if we can sustain that, obviously we will be going into winter. So berries will be coming off. I think we're in a really good spot, actually. And in order to upgrade, we need some more level 3 plots. And I was waiting until we had these veggie plots online. So I think we could probably go through the process of upgrading. Oh, we've got a nice 5 there, and that's exactly what we need for the next development point. So I think that should be our goal in the next episode. Upgrading all of these, grabbing ourselves a new development point, allowing these sheep to grow and breed on this field so we have a lot more available. I think that's going to be great. And then we can definitely get a harvest in the next episode. And we've had a nice upgrade over here. And the next step is definitely going to be getting some walls and gates. I think we can have a really massive... we are limited to wherever we have these, but... I wonder how many of these we can put down. I think maybe we add some garrison towers first. And then we can build a nice wall around all of that. But we're in a good spot. Our food is sustaining at least and growing, hopefully, once we have all of this. And let's connect this road. That makes sense. And we can definitely squeeze in another house here. Because we're at capacity, so we're not going to be growing. But I am keen to not grow too quickly so that we run out of food. But let's just build a nice big house there. Turn that into another orchard. I think apples... Do apples have a high spoilage rate? Let's see if I can find them. They have low spoilage. Okay. I think they're quite generous here with all of the spoilage rates. I think it's probably only fish that has... I think, is it high spoilage? Have to check. We also have loads of salt. So when we start getting some meat, we can also make sausages that have very low spoilage. And that gives us yet another food variation. I think the hardest thing for me is just... I just can never keep up with having enough eggs. Even if we have them... Maybe we have some in a couple more chicken coops around here. So we've got a chicken there. Maybe we make... I think we're going to have to make chicken alley, aren't we? Chickens are pretty integral in the early part of RuneScape. And they're going to be pretty big in Lumbridge. So we will add a chicken area at some point, I think. But for now, I think that is some good progress. We've got our first pasture. We've got a bunch of sheep. They're all pretty spread out because this field is massive. But I'm very pleased with that. Some good growth. Oh, that guy's legging it. And yeah, I think we will hopefully expand a bit more, make Lumbridge big and full of food. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next one.